Yeah, I like that.
All right. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being a part of this discussion on Collect All Monsters YouTube channel. Yes, the title of this discussion is A Conversation with African American Fans and Collectors. Discussion Part 2. Yes, in honor of Black History Month. Now, I did this discussion on my channel of Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews last year. So I wanted to bring this type of discussion to the Collect All Monsters channel, where myself and a few other African American collectors and kaiju YouTubers and all that good stuff get together and talk about our love for everything and anything giant monsters, tokusatsu, and all that good stuff. But I'm not alone, so let me do the Steve Harvey thing. And let me give an awesome introduction to these awesome people on this show right now. First and foremost, from the Godzilla Nerds 1954 channel, put your hands together for the one and the only Donald Gulley. How you doing, Donald?
Man, I'm doing good. It's definitely an honor to be here. I feel honored and privileged to be a part of this awesome conversation with all these wonderful people. And it's an honor to be here, man. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Thank you for being here. And of course, you see this fine young lady pretty much every Sunday night around 7 o'clock with Chill with Kaiju Kim. So please welcome to the show the one and the only Kaiju Kim. How you doing, Kaiju Kim?
I'm doing great. Leslie, thank you so much for having me on the show.
I really do appreciate it. And you know what? I'm looking at your background now. I see you got a Megalon poster back there. I see you got the Criterion collection. So yeah, you already got good taste in my book. So hey, I give you a round of applause for that.
Oh, well, thank you.
And of course, you've seen this fine gentleman pretty much every month here on Collect All Monsters. Yes, kaiju photographer extraordinaire, the one and the only mykaijus.com. Philadelphia's favorite son. Put your hands together again for the one and the only John Ruffin. What's going on, Johnny?
Oh, it's a blessing being here, Leslie. Thank you always for your kind words and your brotherhood. And it's wonderful to be here with you all and to be on part of last year's program and this year's. And it's a pleasure to be on with Don and Kim, who I didn't share screen time with yet. So it's a blessing. Welcome to everybody. Thanks, Leslie.
No problem. And of course, one of the biggest kaiju YouTubers out there. Yes. And he's a fellow North Carolinian like myself.
Yep.
Yes. You know, his name is James Hale. That's his government name. Not government, but government name. But you know him better as Diego Doom on YouTube. Welcome back. Welcome to Collect All Monsters, James.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here yet again for another great discussion. I'm happy to be invited, having a good time, and everything should be absolutely fantastic.
My man.
Absolutely fantastic. Awesome.
My man. And of course, yes. Last and certainly but not least, he's one of the front men of the awesome show, Monsters with Attitude. Yes, the one and the only Godzilla Train 1090, Adrian Settle. What's going on, Adrian?
What's up, Kaiju family? How y'all doing today?
All right.
Choo-choo. Doing good, brother.
So let me just say, once again, thank you to every single one of you that took time out of your day to come here. And again, in honor of Black History Month. And again, this is not a slight against anybody else or any other race, but again, this is Black History Month. So I want to get together with other, like I said, African-American, YouTubers, vloggers, or whatever, that offer their voices and their contribution to this awesome community. So it's great to have y'all here. So let me just check the chat right fast before we go any further. John, David Dotco's in the chat. What's up, David? Greg Coggin, Enzyme 2000, Helm of the Anti-Lemon. Man, I love these. I love these things.
Someone really doesn't like lemon.
Okay. Greg Coggin and Senior Gojira McCoy. Ain't hating on that. Tim Alton, again, Enzyme 2000. So again, thank you so much for being here. We got 8 people watching. Hopefully we'll have more. I'm sure some more will filter in. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and get this party started. Now, again, full disclaimer, I did this, like I said, this discussion on my channel last year, and have to give a huge shout out to Marcellus Winters. He was with us last year, but he's not with us this year. So hopefully we'll get Marcellus on the show, or at least on a future discussion at some point. But Adrian, James, John, we're here. And to say we had an interesting conversation is an understatement. Do y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
Do y'all agree with that?
Definitely.
So, but basically, since this is on Collect All Monsters, and we're more so of a collectible heavy show, and this is our third year doing this show. Woohoo! But we have decided as co-hosts that we're going to get together and do more side projects, more expanded content, if you will. And before we go into the first topic at hand, I think it needs to be said that before we were collectors, before we were vloggers, YouTubers, or content providers or creators or whatever, we were all fans of the movies. And we are still fans of the movies. And it started with the movies first. So the first half of the discussion would be more so of a heavy conversation going into the movies. And then the latter half will be more so of a collectible discussion. But since Kim and Donald are the newbies in the room, of course, I've asked this question many times before, and y'all are no exception. So if you can, because I already know, let me see if I know my friends real well. Because I normally ask, what's your favorite Godzilla movie, whatever. And the two questions I'm going to ask y'all first is, what was your first, what's your favorite? But I think if I know my friends real well, I think John's favorite is Shin, with 1974 being a 1.5. Am I right?
Yeah, you there. Yep.
Okay.
You know me well.
James, yours is Balante.
Yep, slapping
right?
soundtrack. I was going to give you that hint.
Okay.
Soundtrack slap.
Okay. And Adrian, if I'm not mistaken, yours is the film before James, 84, 85, right?
Yes, sir. You got it.
Oh man, let me pop my collar. I ain't got one on the shirt. Yes, and of course, my favorite film is 1964's Mothra vs. Godzilla, aka Godzilla versus the Thing. So the first question, of course, goes to you, Donald. What was the first Godzilla film that made you a fan, and what is your favorite, if they're one and the same? The floor is yours, sir.
So the first Godzilla movie I had the luxury of seeing, it's a crazy story behind this. I was staying the night at my grandmother's house, and I don't know why I was up. I was up for some strange reason. It was like midnight. Everybody was asleep, and I couldn't sleep. And so I went in the bedroom, and I was just trying to find something to watch, kid cartoons or something. And I stopped the TV on Godzilla. Like I saw him, I'm like, all right, Godzilla looks cool. But he was also fighting a replica of himself, and it was Mecha Godzilla. So I started watching this movie, and I instantly fell in love with Godzilla. So what would happen is I would stay the night every weekend at my grandmother's house, staying up at that same time, waiting for that same movie to come on. And it didn't come on. So I was like, where is this movie? And so I didn't catch it anymore. And later on down the line, I did. So that was my introduction to Godzilla. Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla 1974. Awesome. And then my favorite Godzilla movie would have to be the 1998 Godzilla film.
Bye, Felicia.
No, I'm just I'm just kidding. So this question changes a lot for me because when I go back and I watch these Godzilla films, I always find myself liking one more than the other. So I'm gonna say my favorite, as far as story-wise and action-wise, is Godzilla against Mecha Godzilla 2002.
Wow.
Ooh, okay. Some Millennium love. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man. Wow. I wasn't expecting that because honestly, that's a film I really can't get into. I mean, I enjoy it for what it is, but it's a film I can't get into. But to see somebody love that film and have it as their favorite, that's so cool. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Miss Kim, you're in the hot seat. What was your first ever Godzilla film, and what is your favorite, if they're one and the same?
All right, so my very first Godzilla film was King Kong versus Godzilla, the American version, of course, obviously. I watched it as a wee little toddler. Um, um, so my dad put it on for me. He's the one who got me into Godzilla. My earliest memory of being a Godzilla fan is that scene in that movie where Godzilla had just gotten out of the iceberg and he was heading towards the military base. And he was like making all these scary noises, and I hid under my blanket. You know, I was scared. But obviously, my fascination for the franchise overcame my fear. And my favorite Godzilla movie is the American cut of Godzilla 2000, which was the very first official Godzilla movie I saw on the big screen. So that's my favorite.
Oh my God, more Millennium Love.
Yeah.
No.
I see you, Kaiju Kim. I see you. We here.
Yes. More Millennium Love.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So when we do more Millennium type of
Matt from
content,
Monstrosities, what's up?
yes, Matt Monstrosities is here. When we start doing more Millennium type of stuff, y'all be the first people that I call. This is so cool. Fun fact: when I first saw that movie, Godzilla 2000. I was like maybe a junior in college. Yeah, I'm that old. Get over it. And
Look good, brother. Look good.
Yeah, thank you. And this was, of course, after 98 came out and blah blah blah. So when they brought out 2000, when I saw that the movie was coming, I was like, wow! And it was coming to a movie theater. So I was like, wow! I get to see a classic tokusatsu type of Godzilla movie on the big screen. And when I went to see 98, of course, a lot of people went to go see that film despite the questionable quality. It was packed in there when I saw 98. So I thought the exact same thing was going to happen when I saw Godzilla 2000. I went in there on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday night, I should say, and I was like the fifth person in there. Wow. And I got really mad. I was like, you mean to tell me you show more love to that tuna fish eating thing, but not show this is the classic. I got real mad. I got really pissed off. I'm like, so and we all in there clapping like, yeah, it's only 5 people. Yeah. So, but again, Godzilla 2000, it really is a cool film. And again, thank you for the Millennium Love. But yes, this is so cool. Now let's start off before we go into the first topic at hand. I do have a few rapid fire questions. And again, we'll do it in this order, Donald, Kim, John, James, Adrian, whatever. So you can just pass it off to the next person versus me having to interject, All right. First rapid fire question. Your favorite Godzilla suit and or design. Donald, go.
I'm have to say 54. I can't go wrong with the OG because he sets the standard, he sets the bar. Even if you don't like that film or if that's not where you started, 54 Godzilla sets the standard. So I'm gonna have to represent for the OG Godzilla. Got to represent for the OG Godzilla. What you got for us, Kaiju Kim?
I'm torn. I'm trying to decide because I like the 62 design because that's the first design I saw. And I like the 2000 design because that's my favorite for my favorite film. And I also like the design from Godzilla vs. Megalon because he looks cute and kid-friendly and, and cuddly and everything.
And high. Just saying.
If you say so. To each their own. John, how about you?
I go back and forth. I'm like all over the place. Depends on what the Heisei era or. But my all-time favorite suit is the Mosu Goji suit, but not 73, 74. It's something about that. Growing up, I love seeing Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla or Cosmic Monster. So that suit was like the epitome of Godzilla as the Justice Warrior. So, I got to represent. I grew up in the 70s, so, I think that was the height of the suits. James, how about you?
For me, it's G95, Burning Godzilla, the power, the force, the fury. So, yeah, that's it. It's easy for me right there. What about you, Adrian?
It's pretty easy for me. It's going to be the 1984 suit. Yeah. And yes, I'm biased because it's my favorite movie. But I always felt like the 1984 suit was the perfect blend of the Showa Godzilla and introducing the Heisei Godzilla. So that's why I love that suit. And Leslie, I already know what your answer is going to be, so I'm going to let you take it.
I mean, everybody knows. 'Cause I'm like a giant open book. I mean, everybody knows. I put nothing above the 64. And let me clarify: from Mothra vs. Godzilla, not the wacky big eyes from Ghidorah. The Mosu Goji. That is like going to church for me. I'm sorry. That thing is just Lord have mercy. Woo, Hashemanamata. All right.
The Holy Spirit hit him.
Yes, it did.
Hey!
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Who is your favorite? What is your favorite monster tag team?
Favorite monster tag team. Oh. All right, I'm torn between two. Can I do two?
Already cheating.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna do two. Now I have a perfectly good reason for this one. So I enjoyed the Godzilla versus Kong tag team in the recent Godzilla versus Kong
that's
movie
a good one.
because
Very good one.
that's very rare that you get those two on the big screen at the same time.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the reasons. And then my second favorite tag team is King Ghidorah and Gigan. I think Gigan is just so underrated. He's always looked at as the second fiddle, but I think Gigan can hold his own. So that's one of my favorite tag teams too. What about you, Kaiju Kim?
Well, I'm also torn with this one as well. So first would be Godzilla and Jet Jaguar, because Godzilla versus Megalon is one of my favorite films. And then there's also Godzilla and Anguirus, because the spiky boy needs more love.
I'm with you on that. Godzilla and Angry. I call him Angry because he's
Angry boy. He's angry and spiky.
he does the best he can.
He's doing the best he can.
James, what's up? Who's best for you?
Yeah. I'm all for Godzilla and Jet Jaguar as the best tag team. But Ghidorah and Gigan, strong second. I just kind of feel like Godzilla and Jet Jaguar could definitely do a lot more damage together. Yeah. So what about you, Adrian?
So I'm actually gonna go left on this one. I'm actually gonna say Mega Godzilla and Titanosaurus. They don't get enough love, so I'm going with that tag team.
Oh, man, this is some great answers. Good God, why couldn't I get y'all together sooner than this? Good God. But my favorite, Donald, is like I'm looking in like a mirror, or at least Days of Future Past. You're like a younger version of me. I'm with you on that. Gigan and King Ghidorah. James, I know you said the same thing. Gigan and King Ghidorah. I'm sorry. It's just it just seeing them together. And I know that King Ghidorah, he looked like he was drugged. I get that. But we all know that King Ghidorah is like in 64, he was like, but in Gigan, he was like,
Jesus.
So you gotta love those 70s, the budgets for the 70s films. Oh man, but that's great. Yeah, but that's my favorite tag team, Gigan and King Ghidorah. All right, what is your favorite era? What is your favorite Godzilla era? Showa, Heisei, Millennium, Monsterverse, or Reiwa?
Man, I'm gonna go Heisei. I'm gonna go Heisei. We get to witness Burning Godzilla, right? The one and only time we see Biollante, the one and only time we see Destroyer, and the Heisei Godzilla was a tank, man. Bad, walked around just mean mugging like this through the city. So hey, look, Godzilla didn't get the rest. They bothered him. The Heisei is my favorite by far. What about you, Kaiju Kim?
Good reasons.
Well, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one, Donald. I also enjoy the Heisei era. I like that it has like a continuing storyline and you get to see some of the same characters. So I've always liked that about that era. How about you, John?
That was a great era. and for a long time, I thought Heisei was my favorite, especially in the late 90s. But Showa made the truth. Showa was everything. Come on. I mean, the golden era, you got, the way, Mechagodzilla, the original, that whole period. And this morning I got up and watched Son of Godzilla. That's the first time I intentionally just said, I love all of it. James, please tell me, show me.
I'd have to say Heisei as well. Like, I have a lot of attachment to the Showa era, but like, as you get older, you like the cooler, more mature, darker theme type stuff, something a bit more serious. I go with the Heisei. Right. So what about you, Adrian?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Heisei myself. Even though I did start off with the Showa, Heisei is what really grew me into a really big Godzilla fan. So I'm gonna have to say Heisei.
Oh my God, John, we're surrounded.
Yeah, I know. When you get my age, you want something to just take you away. Calgon, take me away. Show is like, give me the little computer, computer, take me to Monster Island.
Oh man. And for me, it's Showa. And right. but good Lord, like 3 Heiseis versus 2 Showas. Like, I mean, good God Almighty. I mean, brother. I know
that's a first for me too, Leslie.
but it's so cool, and I embrace that, and I enjoy that. In a way that they're still kind of like classic style films in a way. But yeah, I've loved seeing the Heisei get some love. That's cool. That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
We got 2 more rapid fire questions. Then we go into the first topic. In your opinion, which Godzilla suit deserved to have more film appearances?
Oh, that's Godzilla 2000 all the way. Between that and Final Wars, easy.
Wow,
yeah, that's 2000, one of my favorites. Oh man, can't nothing touch that one. That or Final Wars. What you got for me, Kaiju Kim?
That's pretty much the same thing you just said. 2000 and Final Wars. Those are good suits. Wow, John.
Kim, I thought you would have said 62. Because
that one too, but come on.
It's your first film. For me, it would be I think 62. It just disappeared, and I would love to just see in a Godzilla TV kind of show. I mean, they're going to do some on Apple, but that would just recreate those old suits for future, for new battles. That would just be great, even if it's CGI created or something. James.
I know, like, canon wise, 95 wouldn't work, but maybe we'll go with 93. Like, you need that big, thick, sturdy Godzilla marching around still. That's I like that. Right?
Godzilla's working out in that era.
What about you, Adrian?
I'm gonna agree with Donald and Kim. I want to see more Godzilla 2000. I love that suit. That suit's, I think, number 3 on my list. And we don't see it enough, so Godzilla 2000 for sure.
Could I ask you all a question? Would you want to see the prototype, the Sakai, 2000?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I really do like the Marquette. That's a good. That is a good question. I kind of want to see what the Marquette would do. Yeah. But that version of Godzilla seen on the big screen, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah. Mine would be the King Goji, the 62. Coincidentally, celebrating 60 years this year. I wish I looked that. I wish I would look that good when I turn 60. But hey, it is what it is. And the last rapid fire question. I hate to do this to you, but this is what I do. In your opinion, who had the better final suit performance? Nakajima in 72 or Satsuma in 95?
You're gonna do that.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
Yeah, that's rough.
Can we have an intermission so we can pick up the answer?
95. I want to say both, but I'm gonna say 95. Oh man! Wow. I'm gonna go 95. Kaiju Kim, back me up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say 95 as well, because that film as a whole is just like so emotional, and then that's so played very well. So yeah, 95 is a good one. How about you, John?
Well, I'm going for the triple, connect squares. I'm going with 95.
What?
Wow.
I really, Satsuma was. I really like him as a kaiju suit actor. I don't know, just a connection, just in my own head. So 95. James, you're gonna connect the squares, connect the dots?
Of course, it's 95 as well. But I'm trying to think about being fair as like
Yeah.
Is it because so much went on in that movie that's why it's so beloved, or I'm trying to remember all the motions and the actions and like the personality brought to the suit in that film.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just going to go with 95 because I think so much went on and it was really cool.
Yeah.
Adrian,
yep, sorry.
Very good.
So
You're a smart man.
I'm glad to stop this train where it's at. As emotional and as well as Sasamo's appearance was in '95 for his last movie, I'm gonna have to go with 72.
Wow, good choice.
Good pick. Good pick.
Oh.
Good.
Oh, you saved me because I thought I was going to be the only one on that album. And I'm going 72 because it's bad enough. I know I'm the only Team Kong fan on this panel. Yep. I don't care, but I thought I was like, I like somebody pull for 72. Please pull for 72. And look, I know what happened. Godzilla vs. Kong, and it is fine. And I get the jabs every now and then. You know what? I recall seeing one of James's streams where because James do his streams where he talks about just random topics, about getting figures or whatever. And I remember one time because I never forget, it was like around 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm sitting in Burger King drive to trying to get some food. I'm listening to one of his streams, and I think he was talking about something about taking a loss or something. And then when he said that, he was like, taking a loss, like you Kong fans. I threw my phone down. I was like, God almighty.
Yeah. Kong fans got a hold of the L. Oh man.
Yeah.
I was like, no. Oh God. Oh God. So hey, it's all fun. It's all good. So it is what it is. You know what? Speaking of Godzilla vs. Kong, that goes into my first topic I want to ask you folks, because I don't know if y'all saw this, but a lot of people in the community were kind of getting up in arms because I think the Academy Awards was announced, and I don't think the movie got anything from Godzilla vs. Kong got nominated for anything for us, like best special effects, I think. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people were really upset about that. So you know what? We're going to rectify that right now. So in your personal opinion, because about the Academy Awards, you have special nominations or these categories like Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Actress, Original Score, whatever. If you could give an Oscar for to any one of these categories, what would you do? To give you a frame of reference, just kind of so you kind of can piggyback off of me, I think the best score, the best movie score goes to Mothra versus Godzilla. So that's what I would give the Oscar to. Y'all follow me on that?
Oh yeah.
So you could pick anything. Your best picture, best actor, best supporting actress, or whatever. It's up to you. What would you give an Oscar to? Donald, go first.
Oh man. Best actor got to go to the Godzilla. Yeah, I'm giving best actor to Godzilla. And I'm gonna show Kong some love. I give him best supporting cast. He tried. He tried. he tried. But I Godzilla, man, Godzilla. And I'm gonna say, and the reason I say this is because and I've seen a lot of people that was up in arms about Godzilla versus Kong not being nominated. But I'm gonna give Kong his flowers. Of course, I got to get a Big G his flowers. But the reason the movie theaters is back booming how it is now is because of that film. So
thank you very much. There you go.
So Godzilla and Kong, those my guys, man. So that's what I got. What you got for me, Kaiju Kim?
I got nothing. I have to think about this one. So I guess does this have to be for Godzilla versus Kong, or it can be for anything?
It could be for anything. Like, for example, I'll give you another one, just to give you another frame of reference. To me, the best supporting actress award would go to the Peanuts for Mothra versus Godzilla. I think they were great supporting actresses in that film. So,
Oh,
or
that's
best
good, that's
actress,
good.
or best actress Katsura in Terror Mechagodzilla. You know, or
Mm.
best actor Raymond Burr in the 56 movie. Or as long as you don't pick Bernie from Godzilla vs. Kong for anything, we're gonna be good.
We can select them for a Razzie, maybe. No. So in that case, I just watched GMK a few days ago. So I would have to say the best score would have to go to GMK.
Wow.
Ooh.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
John?
Well, I'm just going to say what the Japanese already decided, you know, because Shin Godzilla just ran up and down, you know, with the Japanese Academy Award. So
Here we go. Here we go.
So it gets everything. Now, I think the soundtrack is genius. Obviously, I think the special effects are genius. I think the acting goes to the entire cast and crew, you know, the entire cast. And the only exception I would make, just because of his importance and especially the influence, just growing up, always hearing his name and the truth behind it, Eiji Tsuburaya will be my, you know, get an Oscar in special effects. But Shin Godzilla would carry with 11. All right, just saying.
Shin Godzilla walk with that slow
so I'm really heavy into the soundtracks. Now I would give like best score to Biollante, but like if you think about something to really kind of ride around and vibe to as you're working or doing something like that, I really do like the Shin soundtracks. I think Shin should get like best score. Like that a whole lot.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
That's
I mean,
that is a good score.
What about you, Adrian?
Well, nothing takes me back to a happy place more than the Mothra vs. Godzilla soundtrack. So I'm gonna give that the best soundtrack.
wow.
That's good.
Not 84?
64.
Wow. Wow.
And to me, that was really tough trying to come up with that, quite frankly, because I think anything that Ifukube did is like gold. And I love, and John knows this, I absolutely love the soundtrack to Terror Mechagodzilla. I don't know. It is something about the soundtrack of that film that every time that the opening credits come on and that music comes in, it's just between the three things of both of Titanosaurus, Mechagodzilla, and Godzilla, and how he blends all of them together. It's just something about that soundtrack I just love so much. But if Mothra vs. Godzilla wasn't in my top as my favorite, at least for the Oscar or whatever, then I would have chose Terror Mechagodzilla. All right, here is the second topic. The second topic is this. Now, we have gotten, when you think about it, ever since 2014, we have gotten a lot of Godzilla in terms of movies, anime adaptations or whatever. And of course, you have the MonsterVerse where you have basically, 2014, 2019, GVK, Kong Skull Island. Then you have the Toho side of things. You have Shin Godzilla. You have the original anime trilogy from Polygon. You got Singular Point. So in your opinion, which side do you find better entertainment-wise? Do you find the MonsterVerse side better or do you find the Toho side better? Donald, go first.
I am going to say, wow, that's a really good question. Really good question. I'm going to say the MonsterVerse side. And the reason I say the MonsterVerse side is because, well, Adrian, you've been on a few of my streams. I believe I mentioned this to you, Kaiju Kim. I'm not sure. But after they made that dumpster fire of a 1998 Jurassic Park film, we weren't able to get any Godzilla over here. So Gareth Edwards, to me, he had the most pressure on him on making a Godzilla movie. And I have a soft spot for the 2014 Godzilla because that's what made my wife become a fan. She won't watch the older ones, but she'll watch the newer ones. So I would have to say the MonsterVerse side.
So right.
What about you, Kaiju Kim?
Ooh, yeah. I guess I would have to say the MonsterVerse as well, as much as I love the Toho films. Because I remember, I didn't really care for the 2014 film, to be quite honest, but I did thoroughly enjoy King of the Monsters. I remember coming out of the theater and just being like, they finally got Godzilla right. Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that film to death and I will defend it to my grave. How about you, John?
Well, I'm Showa born and bred. I can't get away from the Showa era, although I love the Millennium era and the Ray Wano, and I like so Toho everything. Monsterverse, I don't know. I just have my issues with some things just because I'm old school. I mean, it's hard to get away from the Toho. Too many great themes in the Toho series, and what they may be, now with this Shin kind of Shinverse or whatever it is being called. It's an interesting potential. I don't know where they're going to go with it. So I got to Toho all the way.
John, I just met you and you talking crazy.
See,
it's all
I'm trying to be nice.
It's all love.
I'm trying to be nice with the Monsterverse.
It's all love.
It just, I think the movies reflect the context that we came up in what you like and what resonates with you and what's I think what you might consider entertaining.
Right.
But as an older Godzilla fan, certain things that the Monsterverse wasn't trying to say to me, it would never try to appeal to me, and certain sensibilities and certain things as an older even film viewer, I can appreciate what I grew up with in a more deeper way, more entertaining way now. Think much more deeply about those films, the Toho films. James, how about you? Monsterverse or Toho?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Monsterverse for right now because I kind of feel like Toho needs more time to kind of take off because the recent animated adaptations, I tried hard. Like that first trilogy with Godzilla Earth or whatever, I did not like that at all. And then with Ultima, it's like I hung in there to the very end and I was like, this really doesn't click with me. I think the Monsterverse is more interesting and entertaining. If there was more a lineup after Shin, I think maybe they'll knock it out of the park. But for right now, for me, it's Monsterverse because again, more entertaining. But like Kim said, I wasn't really a fan of hold on. Now I'm not much of a fan of 2014 because at first I liked it. Now I'm like, this really isn't that great. But yeah, I'm saying Monsterverse all the way. How about you, Adrian?
Okay, so I'll put it in perspective. As much as I love Shin, I equally hate Godzilla Earth at the same time.
I understand.
So that's why I have to go to Monsterverse because as high as Shin is on my list, Godzilla Earth was absolutely horrible. I like just like you, James. I hung in there with Singular Point, but it never resonated with me. It never stuck with me. So as of right now, I'm definitely gonna have to say the Monsterverse. What about you, Leslie?
John, you want to say something right fast before I go?
Yeah, I was just going to say about Singular Point. That was so profound. I mean, it had so many interesting ways of commenting on things that are kind of, esoteric in a lot of ways. So I thought it was, I know it's out there for most fans, but I think really a lot of deep stuff to think about.
Yeah, there were aspects of Singular Point that I did enjoy. I liked the especially towards the end, but I'd have to give it a fair rewatch to give it a fair review of it. The techno babble was a little bit of a turnoff, but again, I watched it all in Japanese the first time around, so maybe if I watch the dub, it'll be a little easier to digest. But yeah, Singular Point does have its merits, I would say.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, and Kim, before I go with my answer, let me just say, if you ever come across a topic, I know that you said recently that you have gotten back into Shin Godzilla, because I think at first you wasn't really feeling it, but then you kind of got back into it. So if you ever decide to do a show based on Shin Godzilla, you can't find a better person to talk to than John Ruffin, because honestly, the way he breaks it down from a deeper meaning, and I get it, the design throws some people off, the fact that there's so much dialogue and meetings and blah blah blah. I get all that, but you would gain a newfound appreciation for Shin by having a conversation with John Ruffin. I'm just saying.
100%. I 100% behind that too. John would definitely change your mind about Shin. Definitely.
I appreciate that. If just here I go. No, I was watching some footage from 311 that I had not seen before, just like a week or two ago, and all I could come away from watching that again is Shin Godzilla for me is a lived experience. when I was overseas. It was like seeing it when I saw it the first time was like reliving all those events all over again. So it's such a personal thing, that it's sad to see sometimes how it's talked about and how it's misunderstood. That bureaucracy and all the if you live in Japan, you see, I mean, it's just a natural way of everything going, meetings for everything. And the group decides what's going to happen. But it's the experience, the tragedy that resonates deeply. I mean, that is Godzilla. That if there's any movie that connects us back to 54, that's the one.
I mean, basically, Kim and Donald, I think Adrian and James already knows this. John was in Japan when the Fukushima disaster happened. So he was there during the real life events that inspired Shin Godzilla. It's no different if you were come in contact with somebody that was inspired by the events of the original Godzilla 54, Lucky Dragon number 5 and all that good stuff. So that's why you get more of a deeper message and perspective about Shin Godzilla. And again, on the surface, and I get it. It's not the Godzilla that we all used to. But like I said, talk to John. Like I said, Kim, if you have that as like a show idea at some point, I guarantee you will gain a newfound appreciation for Shin Godzilla, because I have, just by talking with John and understanding his perspective about it. And it might become one of your favorites. You never know. So,
wow.
Last, and one thing I always say about Shin Godzilla, it wasn't the Godzilla I was looking for, but it was the Godzilla I needed. And I remember hearing remarks from director Higuchi-san, and saying, they really were thinking about 311 and the impact it had. It was 5 years removed, and about 5 years removed, and that shaped everything about Godzilla in that film. I mean, and it gets us back to really the nature of what Godzilla represents, the symbolism and the metaphor that he is, or it is. And gosh, I'm just remembered so many things in that movie are, that's what you would like. This is, boy, the tragedy, the deaths,
and just seeing the look on your face really just drives the point home that this really is an amazing story. And I've always said that I don't think the fandom was ready for a film like Shin, because we are so used to seeing Godzilla fight other monsters, fight other aliens. And I've always wanted something from a personal level. I've always wanted a film that kind of comes close to the 54 for a modern day audience, so they can understand it. Because a lot of people don't want to go back to the 54. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. They look at the Showa films as B-movie K type of fare, and they don't want to give them a chance. So I was hoping that a movie would come along that's modern, but yet is about as close to the 54 story, and you really can't get no better than Shin. 84 kind of does it just a little bit, but I think Shin takes it a little bit further.
Yeah.
But again, I think, like I said, talk to John, you have a newfound perspective on Shin. Now, for me personally, between the two sides, who I would pop in more, or what I would pop in more, I'm going to go with Monsterverse. Even though I respect Shin Godzilla, truthfully, I have not seen the original anime trilogy, because I don't want to throw up. And and I'm halfway through. I have not heard the best things about the anime trilogy, because I mean, we've all met Kyle, right? And we all know he is so joyful, he is bulbous, he's just so positive. His energy is like big energy. But when he talked about like those films on the Kaiju cast, he sounded like his house was going to foreclosure. I have never heard him sound so defeated. And that right there was like, okay, I'll just watch it when I get a chance. And so far that chance has not presented itself. I'm halfway through Singular Point, and even though I enjoy Singular Point, or at least I'm trying to understand it, because it's a lot to really go into. But I will pop in again Godzilla vs. Kong more, or at least before I would do Singular Point, because it's big dumb fun. And there are times I just want to sit back and watch a monster movie and just be entertained. And I appreciate what Toho's trying to do. They're trying to go for a deeper connection with the character. But on the surface, what I want to see, because at my core, I love seeing monsters fight monsters. I get my fix more so with the MonsterVerse. Even though I can understand that some folks are kind of tired of the MonsterVerse at this point, some folks wish it would go away, and I can understand that. I'm indifferent. If it goes away, fine, which obviously is not. But if it continues to stay, hey, I'm all for it. Because I've always said that no matter what comes out, as far as like Godzilla, whether it's new on this side of the globe or on Toho's side or whatever happens, it's going to bring awareness back to the old films. And that is my motivation. I want more people to be more into the older films. Showa, Heisei, even the Millennium films are kind of old at this point. But I want people to go more into the history of Godzilla, the older history of Godzilla. That way you can be more in the know about, all the great, wonderful things that he did prior to what he is doing now. But to answer that question, I will go with the MonsterVerse. Next question. What film did you watch at first that you liked, but now you're not feeling, or vice versa? A film that you didn't like, that you didn't like when you watched it, but now you love it, or whatever. Is there a film that falls into that category? Donald, go.
I'm gonna I'm gonna have to say Destroy All Monsters.
Hold up. Was it something? Was Destroy All Monsters something that you liked when you first watched it, and now you don't, or did you not like it when you watched it, and now you do? Which one is it?
Nah, I didn't like it at first. I love it now.
Oh,
at first I didn't like it. Yeah, I love it now.
The reason why I asked, because myself, John, and Adrian and James, we weren't really too kind to Destroy All Monsters last year. We weren't too kind to that. All right, continue, sir. Continue.
But no, y'all good. But it's a movie that I can enjoy now. And the reason I enjoy it is because my oldest is starting to get into Godzilla and he loves it. So that was a good way for me and him to bond. But that definitely was a movie that I wasn't into. I tried to get my wife to watch it. She will not touch any of the older Godzillas because to her it just looks weird. So I'm like, all right. So that's why I'm grateful for the MonsterVerse, but it's definitely Destroy All Monsters. What you got, Kaiju Kim?
I have two of those films. One is Destroy All Monsters, like you. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't really any of my favorites either. But after I showed it to my niece and my nephew for the first time, and it was like, I think that was the only Godzilla film that actually kept their attention the whole time. So it helped me get a little more appreciation for that one. And my second one is All Monsters Attack. I know that's kind of a weird one, but Godzilla's Revenge. Initially you're like, oh, well, it's so bad. There's so much stock footage. It's so lame and stupid. But then you watch it again. It's actually quite entertaining, Like it has a good story about, a kid, dealing with a bully and, how to get out of that situation potentially, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's not as bad as everyone likes to say it is, I would say. John?
I'm in a 100% agreement with that. The two films that I didn't appreciate, I didn't really want to see often growing up were Son of Godzilla and Godzilla's Revenge. But now I I love them. I can watch them and have a connection with my childhood more so than with the other films. So I have a greater appreciation for them. And I want to just say one thing about the MonsterVerse. I would love to quickly just to say, I wish they would take a chance on, like you kind of mentioned, Leslie, get at the real truth about Godzilla. Be a little more courageous in telling the story.
You know what?
That'd be good.
I'll tell you why they won't do it. The reason why they won't do it is because we all know the movie business is a money-driven business. Yep. It's about getting butts in the seats and eyeballs. And quite frankly, I don't think the casual American fan really cares about the meaning behind it, and they're not going to get it. So that was one of the issues I had with the MonsterVerse, because honestly, the trailers for 2014 made you think that we were going to get the apocalyptic, evil version of Godzilla, but then when you watch the film, it's like, wait a minute, this is not what I was teased. And I get that. Movie companies do that all the time. They tease a lot of stuff in the trailers, and then when you watch the movie, it's something completely different. I get that. Even though we kind of see Godzilla become more of a malevolent force in GVK. He's not evil, but at the same time, he's kind of like Gamera in Gamera 3, where he would do whatever he can to protect the Earth, and if people get killed, then hey, then so be it. But I think the reason why they don't do it or they won't do it is because a lot of fans, unfortunately, at least casual fans, they remember the Godzilla from Megalon, the tail dragon dropkick superhero, and again, I don't think a lot of people will appreciate the meaning behind Godzilla, which is why one of the reasons why I love our community being somewhat of a niche community, because we appreciate it, we enjoy it, we don't mind learning the history. I mean, hardcore Godzilla fans would know what the Lucky Dragon number 5 incident was, or the Fukushima incident and stuff like that. If you don't know, please research those incidents, because those are the reasons why we have Godzilla, quite frankly. But the reason why they don't do it, because they see Godzilla more so as an entertaining figure and nothing else. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And but again, that's why I'm glad, even though, like I said, I chose MonsterVerse earlier, but that's why I'm glad that Toho is kind of going more in the deeper route with Shin and Singular Point and all that good stuff. So,
well said.
All right, James, you're up next.
All right, so I got like 2 films on my list. So I liked 2014 at first, and now I don't like it at all.
Wow.
And then I did not like Terror of Mechagodzilla at first, but now it's kind of grown on me and stuff like that. So, I just didn't think like Titanosaurus was that cool. I just was happy to see Mechagodzilla back, but seeing them both together, it was pretty cool. So those are my 2. What about you, Adrian?
So I'll do both as well. A movie that I did like that I don't like too much now, even though I'm not going to sit here and tear it apart either, is Godzilla versus Mothra 1992. When I was a kid, it was the be all see all. Now it's just okay. So it's the worst movie in the Heisei era, whatever. And as far as the film that I didn't like when I was growing up, but I like now, is Invasion of the Astro Monster. I have so much more appreciation for that film now than I did when I was younger. What about you, Leslie?
I would do 2. A film that Lord have mercy.
Talk to him, Jesus.
I'm trying to get there.
How much time we got?
Yeah. 2 films that I didn't appreciate at first, but now I love them to death. First is Terror of Mechagodzilla. When I first watched it, didn't really care for it because I held 74 on such a pedestal. But now in my adult years, I go to that film more often than not. And again, I feel bad it's not in my top 10. It's like right outside of it. I struggle between, because my 10th favorite Godzilla film is King Kong versus Godzilla. And sometimes I want to bump it off so I can put Terror in there. But King Kong versus Godzilla just does it a little bit more for me. So, but I feel bad about that. And honestly, I don't think my wife's in the chat, but good Lord, if she is,
What are you going to say? What are you going to say?
Divorce papers ready.
Yeah.
Be careful. Tread lightly.
A movie I didn't like when I first watched it, but now I do.
Yeah, I know.
You forget a woofing.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'll probably sleeping in here in the man cave tonight.
King Ghidorah will be looking at you.
Yeah. Just me and you, buddy. GMK. I didn't really particularly care for it when I first watched it. And just to give a little short story behind it, when I first met my wife, I found out she was like a Godzilla fan. She was kind of like away from the series for a while, for so many years. But then when we got together, she learned I was a Godzilla fan. I learned she was a Godzilla fan. We kind of like got into it more together. And like what you said, Donald, with your wife for 2014, make her more of a fan. What happened was she saw my X Plus gigantic GMK figure, or at least one of my GMK figures. Yeah, actually, I'll take it back. She saw the gigantic GMK figure, and she was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "That's the first of Godzilla." She was like, "What movie is that from?" Like GMK. I'm like, "You want to watch it?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." And so we watched it, and to this day, it is her favorite Godzilla film, and it got her more into the community. She was like, "Wow, are there more figures of him out there?" I was like, "Yeah, there's a whole bunch out there." So me seeing her enthusiasm and love for GMK was like, you know what? Because when I first watched it, I wasn't impressed. Quite frankly, I wasn't a fan of Godzilla going through Baragon and Mothra, King Ghidorah like he was going through a pizza. I wasn't a fan of that. But when I saw her enthusiasm for it, I was like, you know what? Let me take a look at it again. And it's become my favorite Godzilla film from the Millennium series, and one of my most favorite Godzilla films of all time. Even though it's like the bottom half of my top 10, but it's still in there. But all that wouldn't have happened without her. So yeah, those are my two films that I didn't like at first, but I do enjoy and love them now. GMK and Terra Mecha Godzilla. Before I go into the next segment, let me just give a huge shout out to Kaiju Live. What's up, AJ? He's in the chat.
Hey.
What's going on, AJ?
Why?
And Goji Franklin, man, I haven't heard from him in a while. What's up, man? Glad to see that you're still here in the community. And yeah, we got to get you up here. We definitely got to get you up here. All right, now this is the next segment that I kind of talked about in our prep. And this is something that, because again, Donald, Kim, Diego, Adrian, and of course, John and myself, we're going to test the loyalty of your respective audiences. We're going to test the loyalty of your respective fan bases. 3 rounds of this. We're going 3 rounds. And Matt's in the chat. What's up, Matt?
Oh, what's up, Matt?
Cool. My man, good God Almighty. My God, one of the most celebrated artists in our community. Matt Frank, thank you for being here. Really do appreciate
That's awesome.
it. What you did for Kaiju Ramen, that poster or whatever you did, looks great. Hope to see you at G-Fest in a few months if you're coming. But again, we're going to test the fan base, your fan base on this one. All right, 3 rounds, and you got to finish this sentence, and you have to say it like this too. Okay, Donald, you're up first. You have to finish this sentence. This may be an unpopular opinion, but
this may be an unpopular opinion, but
man up. Do it.
All right, this may be an unpopular opinion, but King Kong did defeat Godzilla in the first Godzilla.
No.
I think you just got canceled, sir.
Donald, I love you, my man.
Leslie, look. If there's no Godzilla without Kong. I gotta give Kong his credit. If there's no Godzilla without Kong.
Man, that's
John, don't do me like that, brother. John, I just met you. Don't show out now.
We gotta do better.
Hey, Donald, you don't know this, but when we were doing our King Kong versus Godzilla coverage last year, and of course, I was Team Kong, and we talked about the old film, I should say, and I would go at John so hard by saying, Kong won, right? Kong won, right? And John would get so, I could tell in his voice, like the blackness left his face. He can't stand Kong. He don't like Kong.
Because you don't know growing up, man. I mean, all this Kong stuff, man.
My mom.
A lot of Kong stuff I grew up with bothers me.
I mean, but the way John expresses his hatred about it, you would think like Kong did something personal to him. You would think Kong like stole half his paycheck or something, And I remember one time we were on Collect All Monsters and we were talking about various monsters, and I think he was talking about Mothra, or at least somebody was talking about Mothra. And then, but John, after I went in about how Kong won and blah blah blah. John gonna say on a sneak tip, he was like, "I like Mothra, and Mothra is the only monster to ever defeat Godzilla." And I'm like, "Boy,
it's true."
Look, I have one more thing to say, but John, you're not alone. I just had my last stream that I did. My mom was actually on there, and I just let her have the floor. She just ripped Kong apart. Like,
Yeah.
I gave her the floor and she just tore him apart.
Awesome.
That's all I wanted to say. John, you and my mother, y'all.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
All right, Kim, you're up next. You're in the hot seat. This may be an unpopular opinion, but
I had a good one and I lost it. Hold on.
well, we got 2 more rounds, so we're gonna be good.
This is rough.
What was it? It's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, so this might be an unpopular opinion, but I remember it now. I prefer Godzilla as a hero than a villain. I like Hero Godzilla better.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'm wholesome like that.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but y'all, all that political stuff about Shin, people be going off on that. That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's all about politics and, making some statement about Japanese nationalism and all that. No, that's wrong. Just saying. James?
This may be an unpopular opinion, but now to think about it, I think Mothra is kind of whack. Like, if you think about it, right? Mothra's gonna show up and die. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong.
I'm like, you got to do more than that, honey. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's kind of whack. You're gonna show up and die over and over again. It's like, okay, here we go.
But first, she looks majestic first, and then she dies.
It's the God in her.
Sacrifice. You got to do more than die. Godzilla dies and comes back. I don't know. It's just kind of crazy to me. It's like, get tough. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, Mothra. I don't know. Mothra's just not vibing with me. Also, maybe I'm just in a bad mood. I don't know. What about you, Adrian?
Lord have mercy. All right, we going to burn my bridges. This may be an unpopular opinion, but Godzilla vs. Kong is the weakest film in the MonsterVerse.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
How come everybody said? How come whenever somebody says something, we just go into deep silence?
It's like we don't want to get canceled.
It's like I'm like, somebody break the ice. I mean, I'm hosting here. Somebody break the ice.
All right, next time someone says something, I'll just go, yes.
Yeah. but I have to say that when James just answered his question about Martha, the look on his face was like, man, honey, get it together. Like, what's your deal? But you made me think about it. It's like, you're actually right. A good chunk of her story, she dies.
Yeah,
she does. Over and over again. It's just kind of like, I don't know.
It's the recurring hero.
But the solo movies were okay, but she wasn't, getting knocked off. She managed to last all those movies. So,
okay,
she's the most popular of all the kaiju in Japan.
Really? Oh wow!
Yeah, she's beloved.
Yeah, she is second behind Godzilla, and truth be told, I know, like you said, Adrian, Kim, and no, was it Adrian? I know Kim and James. Yeah, Adrian, Kim, and Donald. Y'all said that the Heisei series it was your favorite, and I know when it comes to the Heisei, we kind of look at maybe 84, maybe 89, and 95 as like the better ones, or at least the best ones. But 92 was the one that made the most money.
Wow!
Wow! Yep,
so they did something right. I mean, but then again, Terra Mechagodzilla, I think up until Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle, before that film came out, Terra Mechagodzilla was the lowest grossing Godzilla film, but that doesn't suggest that the movie's whack. It's just like it's really circumstantial.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now it's my turn, and I'll live for that.
Wow, you can hit us again.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but the 1967 Godzilla is in my top 10 of favorite Godzilla suits.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, but I love this.
Don't apologize. Unapologetically love what you love.
That's right. That's right.
But just to give it some
But you went
clarity,
for the top 5.
but to give it some clarity, I'm not gonna tell you the whole list of my top 10 of favorite Godzilla suits, but those who didn't make it versus this guy who did make it, the Burning Godzilla didn't make it. 1975 didn't make it. Legendary Dagon sure didn't make it, but this ugly mofo did. So yeah, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I love this suit from Son of Godzilla. All right, round 2. Donnie up next. This may be an unpopular opinion, but
this may be an unpopular opinion, but the women from the Showa and Heisei era were fine. They were legit fine. Yeah.
Showa? What?
Showa.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Heisei,
That's
yeah, man.
unpopular.
I don't hear too many people talk about it, but I sure do.
I do.
Yeah. But they were gorgeous. They were beautiful.
They were beautiful.
They were.
no comment. I'm married, so I can't say nothing. So.
I'm just saying.
John trying to get me caught up, man. Go on about your business, man. And look at James. James is down there chilling. James don't even care. James is in there chilling. Look at James in the cut. James in here like, man, look, he cool, but that's not my unpopular opinion.
All right, Kim, you're up next.
What about you, Kim?
This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 is the best film of the MonsterVerse.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but Godzilla's Singular Point was better than anything in the MonsterVerse.
Oh.
Yeah, John, that drunk uncle that like to argue at them cookouts. You know how black people, yeah. Now look, Singular Point. You know, I'm not that smart. I'm not smart enough to follow Singular Point, but I enjoyed the monster. The John trying to start something at this family cookout. It ain't happening, John.
Look, don't get me wrong. I mean, maybe because I'm just old school, but that good stuff in Singular Point, you know, touched me at the core. It was good. It makes for great conversations and discussions that take you to other places. MonsterVerse ain't giving me anything. No material. It's just no material. It's, you know, it's just like, yeah. I mean, I could have seen that on Godzilla Power Hour.
Oh man, I love John when he's ticked off and he gets on a rant. I love that. I'm like the evil little brother that like pushes John. Like, John, you do have a dark side. Embrace it. Let me see it. Let me see it. All right, James, you're up next.
This doesn't go. This was going further.
Unpopular opinion, but
Oh my god.
unpopular opinion. I think that Mogira could take down Destroyer. I don't know why I think that for some reason.
James. Which one? Which one? The first one or the second
Mogira.
Final form. All the way. We're going all in.
Hold up. Which Mogira? The 94 or the 57?
Hey, say Mogira, not the Mysterians one. Yeah, not that one.
Hold on one second. Hold on.
I have faith.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Because I want to take my time with this one. Hold on one second. Hold on.
Let's not forget Combiner.
Oh,
so you think this can take out Destroyer?
I have faith. You've got your what plasma was with the plasma cannon in the chest. I just have faith. Maybe I've been watching too much Getter Robo and those wild pilots, that kind of thing. You know,
you got the faith
got
of a
that
mustard seed, huh?
Getter mindset. Get Ryoma and the team in there, and they can make it happen.
James, stop it. Now you've been cool this whole stream.
Hey, I mean,
that's like a great value Mecha Godzilla. That's a low budget. that looks like something that Dr. Robotnik created. Something that Dr. Eggman created.
Oh well, I mean, it can split into two forms, so that's something.
And that dynamic could be key. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was taken aback by that. hey, you.
What do you think, Adrian?
2 trash cans are better than none.
Damn!
Oh my God.
You know what? I'm gonna do what Dave Chappelle did. That was cold-blooded. All right, Adrian, you up next.
Oh, goodness. This is an unpopular opinion, but the original Mothra film is underrated, I think. And I say that because I just watched it last night. I honestly forgot how good of a film that was. That movie doesn't get talked about enough, so I'm gonna toss that out there.
Okay, that's cool. Let's see. Second round for me. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I find the Return of Godzilla 1984 is boring and just stupid and just horrible. And I prefer 1985. I'm sorry, that film. I get it. The comedy falls flat. The jokes don't land that well. But I'm sorry, the Return of Godzilla, even the international dub, I would rather have dental surgery worked on me by Stevie Wonder before I watch that film again. I'm sorry. That film is just boring and just, oh, God. The one thing I would say 84 has over 85 is that at least the Prime Minister looks better. At least his character is better portrayed in 84. But everything else, like the pacing is just long, it drags, and it don't have that awesome speech by Raymond Burr at the end. So that's why I prefer 85 over 84. Again, unpopular opinion, but I'm going with 85.
It's a classic.
I know. I know. And I do like that love song at the end of 84 by the I guess the Clark sisters or the Pointer sisters or whatever. I don't know. I mean that song is kind of out of place. Like Godzilla just wrecked Tokyo and he just fell into a volcano and they play that love song. I'm sitting there like, what movie am I watching here? I mean, I don't know.
That's the charm of 84. There's so much going for it.
Yeah.
Last round. This may be an unpopular opinion, but Donald, send us off with a good one, buddy.
I think I'm gonna sing y'all off with a good one. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I believe Destroyer is overrated. Because for one, my son is scared of him because he's ugly, and he's really ugly.
You know what? Hold on. I got to step in here on this one. Ladies and gentlemen, the views brought to you by Donald, Kim, and Diego do not reflect the
disclaimer.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. It's all good. This has been great, man. But and for two, I think that there's this notion that Destroyer just was like beating up on Godzilla, and I'm not with that. That's not what I saw. But I will say, I think as an opponent, he's overrated. But I do like the film. But that's my unpopular opinion. Kim, bring it home. What you got for us?
All right, so this may be an unpopular opinion, but I actually quite enjoy Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2. That is my favorite Heisei era film.
Oh, yeah, Kim, we right there. That's good.
That's a great film. Ain't no film there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to hate on that film, but I actually quite enjoy it a lot, especially because baby Godzilla's in it. He's adorable. Okay, and all right, so John, what you got?
I agree with you that movie doesn't get enough attention at all. I'm not sure about what I need to say about this or what I'm going to say. This may be an unpopular opinion, but can we just? I'm going to say something terrible.
Oh God!
Oh boy, here we go.
I don't mean it like, gosh, I'm sorry, you all.
It's on you, buddy.
It's on you. Can we just scrap the Millennium Era except GMK?
Ooh.
Oh,
I will fight you. No.
This is why there's always fights in card games. What? You a problem, brother? I know he in that Kavate before the stream.
Come over to my channel and we need to hash this out right now.
John, what was that, brother? What was that? And look at James. He's so cool. James is down there chilling.
Oh my God.
Because y'all know. I mean, no. See, you're born at a different time. It's like the new stuff just didn't make you feel like the old stuff. It was just like it's trying, but the charm isn't there. It just doesn't have the guts of the Showa era or the Heisei era. GMK got there, but okay. And I saw Godzilla against Mechagodzilla in the theater in Japan, and dang, y'all, don't get me.
Don't you dare, John. It's your turn, James.
James, please, save us.
I think only what you said. That was Japan. Okay.
Oh God.
John, what you got? I mean, James, what you got?
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I would be willing to trade Space Godzilla for another appearance of Biollante in some other more unique form, maybe.
Ooh, that's good.
That's
Buy
true.
a latte for the win.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind
come
that
back
trade.
too. You would think that she could come back,
Right.
you know.
Right.
What
Like
about you,
Mothra.
Adrian?
I can't think of nothing crazy controversial, but this may be an unpopular opinion, but Godzilla and Kong should have fought King Ghidorah instead of Mega Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yep, I agree. A Mecha King Ghidorah.
Oh, that would have been cool.
I would have been fine with King Ghidorah. I would have gone with that.
Oh, that would have been
And
awesome.
I think Mecha Godzilla should have been Mecha Godzilla in disguise.
Yes,
For the early
that
part
too,
of the movie.
John.
They let that thing just whatever. I'm sorry. Yes, I agree with you.
Oh my God, this is like a spades card game and like a black cookout. And we've all heard stories about.
I told you, man.
All right, let me finish this off. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think the hate for Godzilla's Revenge in the '98 film is played out by now. I think we need to move on. We get it. It's not at least I get it. It's not the best Godzilla films, but I think we need to move on from hating on those films, especially '98. I mean, hating on it is not going to make hating on it is not going to make the film go away. And I don't subscribe to the idea that nothing good came from the '98 film being out there. Now, I understand from an artistic point of view, the film failed on capturing what was so good about Godzilla. But to say that nothing good came from this film, without this film, they brought out Destroy All Monsters for the first time on home video. They brought out all the Heisei films behind Biollante on home video. It led to Godzilla 2000 a year later, which led Rise to the Millennium series and GMK. I'm sorry, John, but it led to all those great things.
We good.
The cartoon, the '98 cartoon, I find it to be better than
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So to say that nothing good came from the '98 film being in existence, I think that's kind of like just going a little bit too far. You ain't got to like the film. You ain't got to love the film. There's no law that says as a Godzilla film you have to like every single thing about Godzilla. But I think that film, as well as Godzilla's Revenge, and I get it, the whole stock footage thing about Godzilla's Revenge. But for me, I kind of find it hypocritical that people would jump on Godzilla's Revenge for the whole stock footage thing, but yet they'll praise Gigan, and Gigan does the exact same thing. And in my opinion, at least, Gigan does it worse, because there are times because the majority of the fight scene at night, the final battle is at night, right? But they splice in footage from Godzilla's battle with King Ghidorah from '64 and Monster Zero, and Angara's battle with Ghidorah and destroy all monsters.
Yep.
And all those footage, all that footage is in the daytime, and they splice it into the nighttime fighting Gigan, and they try to disguise it by tinting down the footage to make it seem like it's dark, but it's clearly not. Overlooking the fact that Godzilla's appearance changes from footage to footage to footage. So I think it's kind of hypocritical to jump on Godzilla's revenge, but yet you praise, Gigan or Megalon or whatever. But again, I think it's time for us to move on from the hate for those two films. Yeah, now, I got one more question before we go into the collectible side of things. Now, last year, I posed a question. I posed a question that I think John, Adrian, and James know where I'm going with this, but I asked the question because we all know, we've seen on Facebook or social media that somebody would put up a whole bunch of popular things, but they'll say one has to go. Now,
oh dear.
Last year I posed a question, and I'll ask Kim and you, Donald, this question before we go to the new question. I asked Marcellus, John, Adrian, and James, between these four films, one has to go. You can't skim around it, you can't dodge it, but you have to pick one. Between these four films, one has to go. King Kong versus Godzilla, Mothra versus Godzilla, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, or Monster Zero. Which one has to go? Kim, what for the face for?
Why are you gonna make me choose?
Donald, go first. Between these four, which one has to go?
All right, so I'm going to try to answer this question to the best of my abilities because I know my mom gonna watch this later, so she's a school teacher, so I got to break A, B, C, and D down. So we're gonna narrow it down. So we got two Ghidorah films in there, correct?
Yep.
Monster Zero and 64. Yeah.
All right, so
this is lore.
All right, Mom.
I mean, you know what? Honestly, I chose Monster Zero, and everybody else chose King Kong versus Godzilla last year. So I was like public enemy number one. I was like Osama bin Laden. I was Hussein. I was like all those. I chose Monster Zero for personal reasons. So, but go for it. Which one has to go?
I'm gonna go Godzilla. Jeez, Lord, I prayed this morning. Come on, Lord. All right. All right. Okay, I got it. Godzilla versus Monster Zero. Got to go.
Oof.
Wow.
Thank you, Jesus. I'm not alone. Thank you, Jesus.
Hey, Leslie, you know what the words say? When one or two are in the midst, yeah, I got you, man.
We here, player. Oh God, because I've been on that island for a year by my daggone self, and it's lonely. Good God. I guess we'll be splitting the chitlin burrito together again. I guess so. All right.
Lord.
Yep. Kim, you up next. One has to go. King Kong versus Godzilla, Mothra versus Godzilla, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, or Monster Zero. Which one has to go?
Don't hate me.
Oh God.
It better not be Mothra. I know that much. Come on.
If I absolutely had to choose, gun to the head, I would have to say Mothra versus Godzilla.
Wow.
Wow.
Don't hurt me. Listen, I don't hate it. I'm just saying if I had to choose, either one. I'm sorry.
Just gutted the whole Showa era.
I think I broke Leslie.
Yeah.
Leslie got me.
Leslie, me and you here, brother. Remember me? I got your back, brother. I'm with you, Leslie. I'm with you. She made a mistake. She ain't know no better. She made a mistake.
I got a channel Martin Lawrence here.
I think I just lost all
It's all good. It's all good. I get it because again, I chose Monster Zero, and that didn't go over real well with the room last year. So, and I understand that a lot of people won't understand or get Mothra versus Godzilla. What I see may not be something that you see, and again, that is the purpose of doing these type of exercises. That way we can know more about each other, and still have a newfound respect for each other. And guess what? We still gonna be cool at the end of this stream. So if we can do it, y'all can do it.
Yep.
All right, now we're doing it again. Between these 4 films, one has to go, and they're popular Godzilla films.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, so between these 4 films, one has to go. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, 1974.
Oh man, you can't do that.
Godzilla vs. Biollante.
No.
Godzilla versus Destroyer, or GMK. One has to go.
All right, that's easy.
That is easy.
Am I
Donald?
first? Okay.
Donald, you up first. 74, 89, 95, or GMK. One has to go.
All right, so
Be careful.
jeez, man.
Don't mess up.
All right, so I got up this morning. I read Philippians 4:6. It said, "Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything." So, the film that has to go. Oh my God!
Be careful.
God.
You're talking.
Hey, you know what? To give you kind of a breather right fast. The Ronald Autobot in the chat said GMK easy.
Wow.
Eric Stolt, Eric Stolt, what's going on, Eric?
What?
He said Destroyer has to go.
Yeah.
Michael Hamilton said y'all better not say 74.
No. That's right,
No.
Never say 74. Never.
I think that one's automatically disqualified.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I scrapped. My mama taught me multiple choice, so that one's scrapped. So
Huh?
I'm gonna have to go Godzilla versus Destroyer.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Burning Godzilla, but I got you in 2019. I like Biollante a lot better than Destroyer.
Oh my
and I like
God.
Mechagodzilla, so I got to do it. Godzilla.
Hey John, King Goji fan 2002 in the chat said 74 can go.
Ooh.
Hey,
without 74.
Hot take.
King
Come on.
Goji fan 2002, you need to go, brother. Get up out of here. How he gonna jump on our stream?
All right, Kim, you up next.
Uh-oh.
One has to go. 74, 89, 95, or GMK.
I'm actually going to have to go with Donald on this one and say Destroyer. I have my personal issues with that film. It's a good film. It's a fantastic film, but I have some issues with that. But, it has to go. I'm sorry. Don't hate me.
Hey, Kim, like Martin Lawrence said. Martin Lawrence said, "We here. We here."
All right.
Yeah. I concur, because to me, Destroyer was definitely, I think the Heisei era hit its climax and it hit its peak with 93 with Mechagodzilla. And although Destroyer brought it back up, because I think it dipped with 94, Destroyer, I didn't need to see Godzilla melt down. And
nobody needed to see that.
You were right. That was hard, and not that the ending was awesome. I mean, it was hard to watch, but to me, Destroyer really didn't do. Godzilla was already in a meltdown cycle in a sense, so I could let that one go. I could have ended the Heisei era could have ended with Mechagodzilla, and I think that was an intention.
Yeah, it was.
So
yeah,
it was.
I wouldn't have liked the way Godzilla was, potentially defeated, but yeah, Desu can go in the desert. James?
Yeah, GMK can go easy. That's free.
What?
So,
What?
yeah,
Damn.
I'm cool on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, you ain't cool. Look at Giant just be chilling, man. Like,
Yeah, what about you, Adrian?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Donald, Kim, and John. Destroyer can go. Destroyer brings, and Kim, we talked about this. Destroyer brings too much heartache to me. I can barely watch that film when I watch it, even now. Destroyer can get out of here. I'm good.
I'm with you. Yep. I'm with you, Adrian.
Oh, God almighty.
Oh, Lord. Leslie, be careful.
I mean, and there are times I hate myself for coming up with these questions, but I have to try to make things interesting. But even I am like, why would you do that to yourself? But between these four, 3 of them are in my top 10, and 1 is not. And that one is Destroyer. And I agree with Donald said earlier about Destroyer being an overrated kaiju. Because to me, and I know a lot of people try to say he's like the toughest Godzilla opponent, one of the toughest. I don't see that. I'm sorry. I think by them making Godzilla's death the focal point of the story, I think Destroyer's credibility takes a hit a little bit. Because to me, it didn't matter what Destroyer did because they already said Godzilla was going to die anyway. So I really didn't buy into Destroyer being like this tough opponent. Now, he looks evil, devil, satanic, and all that good stuff. But again, I think by them advertising and marketing, they basically marketed the film around Godzilla's death. By them doing that, I think it hurt Destroyer's credibility. And that's why I would never put him in my top 3 of toughest Godzilla's opponents. To me, the top 3 are probably Hedra from the Showa period, Space Godzilla, and maybe the Monsterverse King Ghidorah, maybe, but Destroyer is nowhere near, in my opinion, his toughest opponent. But that's it pretty much with the
I'm with you on that.
But that's it with the tough questions. And again, let me just say thank you, and I apologize if that made y'all sweat bullets and all that good stuff. But again, this is our way of learning more about each other. And again, this was it was all done in fun. And I'm sure there's some subscribers on your platforms that's like, so if you make a living on YouTube, I'm sorry if I hurt any of that. I mean, I'll send you $5 if that'll help. But,
so my cash app is Kim Ho.
So we got basically, our love and talk about random topics about the films and stuff like that out the way. So let's go with the collectible side of things. So we got like 25 more minutes and then we'll be out of here. So I asked each of my guests here to pick 3 of their favorite collectibles in their collection. Not really their top 3 or whatever, but just 3 of their favorites. And we'll go around the room and talk about why we picked what we picked and what the item in question means to us. So why it resonates with us. We don't have to go super long with it. Like I said, we got 25 more minutes. So we've been doing a good job managing the time here. So don't go overly long, but just do enough where you can get your point across. All right, Donald, what is your first collectible in your collection that you want to talk about?
All right. So I know we're supposed to do 3, but I bought an extra one for John. Bought this one for you, brother. No, John, I got you, man. I got you, brother. It's all love.
Oh yeah, you represent.
I got that one for you. And I know how much you enjoy the Shin films. And actually, what's crazy is I wasn't a big fan of Shin Godzilla until I recently I went back and rewatched it, and I have a lot of appreciation for it. And I'm grateful for your knowledge about the Shin Godzilla film. So I really appreciate that. And then my mom's gonna kill me if I don't mention her in this stream. So she purchased this for me on Christmas. So I was able to get this NECA Finals Wars figure, and it's one of my favorite designs of Godzilla. And then this is not a figure, but I bought this for all the sick folk.
Oh,
this
yeah, cool.
Oh, okay.
How'd you find that? That's great. How'd you?
That is great.
I found this on eBay actually.
Really?
I found it on eBay.
What a great gift, man! Great.
And then I got this one on my birthday. So Christmas was the 25th, my birthday's the 26th, and my mom got this one too. So this is the best way I could represent her. This is the 1989 SH Monsters Art Godzilla figure. And those are the figures that I have. Those were the 4 that I came up with. What about you, Miss Kim?
All right, so you made me only choose 3, so I'm okay. All right, so I guess the first one I'm going to show off is this Godzilla coin bank.
Oh,
he's so cute, and he's practical because you could just put your loose change in his head there. So he
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think he's just so adorable. And speaking of adorable, I actually have 2 more adorable things to show off. So I got Pikachu dressed as Mecha Godzilla because I'm also a huge Pokemon fan.
That's fierce.
So
That's unique.
this is like 2 of my obsessions combined. So this is a very, very important part of my collection. And
Bullet's
last
gonna
but
be
not
electrical.
least,
I said Mecha Godzilla Bullet's electrical. Nah, he fired one of the rockets. Godzilla gonna be out of there.
yeah.
Cool.
And last but not least, this is my most recent addition to my collection. I got it for Valentine's Day. Is Godzilla 2000. Look at how squishy his body is. I love him so much, and the detail is just beautiful. I love him so much.
That is awesome.
Detail.
Yes. So those are my top 3.
Awesome.
Yeah, the Defo Reels, they're like a slippery slope to go down. Because at first I wasn't gonna get one, but I said that two, 3 years ago. I'm like 35 deep in them, and do you have any more Defo Reels that's on the horizon that you're looking to get? Because we can help you out with that if you try to look for any ones.
I need help.
There was a few that came out like before. Like I wanted to get the 84, 85 one where he's holding the nuclear reactor. Yeah, I want that one. So that's,
what? Hold on 1 second. I ain't trying to really just add to the habit, but I can't help myself. But I got to show you one Defo Reel that you need to have in your collection. Hold on 1 second.
Right.
Yeah, the Defo Reels are like, those are like some of my favorites, man. Like I want
there you go.
The Sarazawa one. Oh
yeah.
That's where you get the Zelda.
There you go.
There
you go.
That's my girl.
Yes. This thing is.
So listen, my birthday is in April. So if you want to send that over to me, I can DM you my address. I'll pay for shipping.
I'm with you, Kim.
Yeah, but they're a fun line to get into, and plus, the 2021 Godzilla from GVK just came out this past week. So yeah, the Defo Reels. So I think this is the best one they ever done. Between this one and the Orga, where his mouth is so big, it's like a giant warehouse. You know what I mean? But
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, but good. All right, John, you up next. Your 3 favorite collectibles.
I didn't get the memo, so I just grabbed things that I really love. That my favorite things just always shift around, and it's not necessarily I have one figure, but things that I like. I'm so glad that I have now. They just mean a lot to me at this point. Is a little piece of Godzilla skin. It's a Godzilla cell in a culture from Godzilla Biolante, but they say they actually took these from an old Godzilla suit.
That's incredible.
And then can't really see it. It's a claw Godzilla.
Oh wow!
Yeah. From I think the 2000 suit, Millennium suit. It's based on
dude, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow.
And probably my most sacred Godzilla figure growing up, and I loaned it to a friend, and he never gave it back. He begged me, a church friend, and he never gave it back. And I searched for this for a number of years, and I found the Japanese version of it, and it's the Popey that was a part of the Godzilla gang, released by Mattel. So it's one of my, and I didn't realize he was based on the G64, but he's like the ultimate Justice Godzilla. I love this little figure. Cost me a lot of money at the time. Won't get into what it took me to get it, but yeah. James, how about you?
All right, so I got 4. So we got our SH Monstars Godzilla 1995, right? I feel like if you don't have any Monstars figure, this might be the one to go with as a baseline, right? Got that.
That's a classic.
Then next we have this is my absolute favorite figure, of course. Daggone. Our gigantic series.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Gotta have that. This is the staple. First thing you see when you come in the collection room, right?
Sweet
This thing is
Jesus.
mad.
Wow.
It's true. Nice
I haven't pulled it down in a long time.
That guy needs his own room.
Then next we have a figure that like no one seems to have picked up was the X Plus 25 centimeter Gridman. Right, Rick?
Wow.
Yeah, no one seems to have picked this up for some reason. This is like awesome. This is like childhood. You know what I mean?
I can't afford it. That's why I didn't pick it up. I'm broke.
And
Yeah, gas going up, food bills.
Super duper unique piece that I really love. The Kaiju Remix series Gone Q.
Wow.
Like this thing, definitely will snatch your eyes in a heartbeat. Well, it's eye monster, but yeah, but like
wow.
This is such a unique piece because Dunk has been doing like a lot of great stuff. So that Kaiju Remix series stuff is really cool. But yeah, this one, like people are like, what is that? I'm like, it's just something really cool. So yeah, those are my favorite.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome.
That's beautiful.
That would be my new security system. I just put that thing on the right and scared birds.
What about you, Adrian?
Okay, so first thing I bought up is a little bit of history. The Trek Masters Trope and Godzilla.
Oh wow!
I've had this bad boy for over 20 years now.
Nice.
And without him, I wouldn't be a collector today.
Wow, that's great.
Wow. About to cry up in here.
Next is going to be the 1984 X Plus Godzilla.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I bought him up is because when I first started X Plus collecting, the 84 was one of the first things, the original 84 was one of the first things I wanted to buy because I saw Rich Easto's review on it. But I don't know, something always told me, just wait a little bit longer and you'll get a fiercer looking 84.
Yeah.
And 2 years later, this guy came. So this is definitely one of my favorite pieces. Yeah. And the last one, which this is another unpopular opinion, so I'm just going to toss that out there, is going to be the 1975 30 centimeter X Plus Godzilla.
I'm with you.
Whoa, and the reason why I love this guy is because this Godzilla represents everything that's my childhood. And every time I look at him, I just go back to that special place. So he's definitely probably the favorite thing I have in my collection.
Awesome. I love that 75.
Wow. That's awesome.
Nick Side said he loves your Gigan shirt, Adrian.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, because old boy turns 50 in a few weeks.
We need that gigantic.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, our next show will be on that day. Will be on the day that the movie Godzilla vs. Gigan celebrates 50 years. And I know Gigan is a favorite of, our fearless leader on Collectible Monsters, Kyle Yount. I know Gigan's a favorite of yours, Diego. So at some point we need to get together and have a Gigan discussion, But for me, and I only have like 2 figures, so nah, I'm just joking. I'm a politician. I'm lying, and you can see the proof right behind me. But the 3 that I want to pick out, because I love these figures very much. You probably can't see her in the back, but I have a gigantic rose form Biolante right up there.
Again, I say my birthday is in April, so if you can see it along with the thank you.
Wrap it up, put a bow on it.
Yeah, that thing is, as you see right next to her, I have the right there by my finger. That is the gigantic 89. He's like 20 inches tall, and the Biolante is like 25, 26. Ooh. I like big stuff. So, and again, it's one of a kind. It was made by Mark Sang Yang, and it's not too many giant rose form Biolantes out there. So that's a cool figure that I want to mention. Of course, the gigantic Spiral Studios Monsterverse King Ghidorah.
Yes.
3 feet tall, 4 feet wide. I ain't got much space anymore. Thank this guy. So
that's where you're gonna be sleeping at tonight.
Yeah. Man, come on! I'm talking with boys, man.
Leslie, but you said it though, man. I got your back, brother. It's all love. I'm here with you.
Apparently, you don't got my dad going back because you're gonna miss me back up again.
I got you, bro. I got your back, man.
I'm just joking. But yeah, that one, that one took a lot of because I'm a truck driver. Man, that took a lot of loads. Good God Almighty! Woo!
Yeah,
and I mentioned this on our recent episode of Collect All Monsters, and of course he's in the chat right now, David Ebb.co. But I got to mention it again, and of course I don't know if you've seen it. I know John knows, but
Get that big
I
boy
did get
up.
my hands. I got my hands on a 40 centimeter resin kit of the 1962 Godzilla. Again, celebrated 60 years this year. Look at that!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can add that to the package.
Yeah.
That monster. Let go. As you can see, again, it's resin. I'm holding it with two arms because it's made of resin, and one bad move and it comes falling down. It may shatter because it's heavy, but it's brittle. But again, this is like the one of the best versions of the 62 that's out there, and it's my favorite in my collection. And I'm going to do a side project on Collect All Monsters where I'm going to put this one up against. Hold on, I'm trying to get the other one. As a matter of fact, I ask y'all right now because of course you see this, right? You know, beautiful. You like it, right? So between this one, which one looks better? This one, or come on, sugar. There you go. Come on, baby. There you go. Shut up, King Deidre. There you go. Or this one. This is a 40 centimeter KOC 1964 kit. So which one looks better? This one or the King Goji? Be honest. Donald, we'll start with you. Which one looks better? I'm gonna try and hold them both up, but we'll see what happens.
Careful,
I'm trying to.
Well, first and foremost, I need to get my money
Here we go.
right.
Here we go.
Because y'all is embarrassing me. Y'all embarrassing me. I need to get my money right. I'm gonna say 64. I'm gonna go 64. I like the 64 better. I like the 62, but the 64. I like the 64 better.
Kim, which one?
It's got two commandments.
I mean, I guess I am partial to the 62, but the 64 does look like maybe slightly better, just slightly.
John, come on, man.
I'm gonna go with. It's a tough one. I'm going with the 62, King Goji.
James, which one? Which one you think?
64 looks like it's captured something in the eyes. I could just see that off the rip. Something about the eyes were captured perfectly. So I'd say the 64. What about you, Adrian?
Hey, you know what? Before you go, Adrian, hey, Diego, at some point, you got to come up here, man. Raleigh to Charlotte, it ain't but like 2 hours, man. At some point, once we get the pandemic under control, once people get more vaccinated, you got to take a trip up here so we can at least, you can see some of this stuff. Please, you got an open invitation to come up here.
Okay.
Adrian, which one? Which one is better? The 62 or the 64?
The 62 looks is pristine, but the 64 is 1000%. I'm completely biased because 64 is one of my favorite suits, so I'm going to say 64. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Now I can put them down. Woo.
Maybe David's exceptional. Well, gosh. That's
I would answer this question, but again, I'm going to do a side project on both of those, and then I'll give my answer then, which one I like better. But those are my top three. At least not the top three, but the three that I love the most, or what I'm trying to say, the three that I chose in this segment. You know, the Rose Form Biolante from Mark Saint-Yang, the Spiral Studios King Ghidorah, and the 62 KOC kit, painted by the awesome Jedi Master himself, David Ebb.co, and sculpted by Akira Ibaraki. And as you can see, we had basically a different set of collectibles. Mm-hmm. And I want to say again, thank you to everybody because we're running on like 10 more minutes and then we're out of here. But that's pretty much going to do it for this stream. We can go on and on and on and on and on. But again, I'm trying to be mindful of the time here. But as you saw with the movie discussion, where we're at with our personal likes and dislikes, as well as the collectibles here, one thing we all have in common, we're all Godzilla fans. And we are proud to be Godzilla fans. Mm-hmm. And we're proud to be African-American Godzilla fans. Yeah. And we are proud to be a part of this community, even though sometimes this community can rear its ugly head. But that's no different than Star Wars or DC or Marvel. Every fandom has some knuckleheads here and there. But I would have to say, by and large, we have a really positive community. And that's why I want to bring everybody here together so we can come together, still have a difference of opinions, still walk away and still be cool with each other. And again, if we can do it, then every Godzilla fan that's out there can do it. So I want to say thank you to Donald from Godzilla Nerds 1954, Kim from Kaiju Kim, of course, John Ruffin from Collect All Monsters, mykaijus.com, James Hale, the one and only Diego Doom, and of course, Godzilla Train 1090, Adrian Settle from Monsters with Attitude. Thank y'all so much for being here. And, you know, if the Lord willing, next year, we have to come back together and do it again next year in honor of Black History Month of 2023. But before we go, I want to ask y'all, what do y'all have coming on your respective channels? But let me ask you one last question before we get to that. Of course, this year, you know, we're celebrating some milestone birthdays and anniversaries when it comes to kaiju films or whatever. And we got a lot of stuff that's coming. Like John mentioned, the new Monsterverse show. We just got word, I think, yesterday that they're working on another kaiju film. I don't know if it's Godzilla, but it's kind of strongly suggested to be Godzilla. Of course, we got Shin Ultraman that's coming. So there's a lot of kaiju stuff that's coming, you know, as far as like media or whatever. But like the older stuff that's celebrating milestone birthdays this year is, of course, King Kong versus Godzilla celebrates 60. Godzilla vs. Gigan celebrates 50 in a few weeks. Godzilla and Mothra the Battle. Man, Jesus Christ, I can't stand that title. I'm sorry, I hate that. I hate that title. I can't stand Godzilla and Mothra the Battle for Earth. I'm sorry, that's just God Almighty. Anyways, let me stay on track, trying to stay positive. The 92 film celebrates 30 this year, and of course, Godzilla X Mechagodzilla. I'm not doing that. Godzilla against crap. That's Sony crap. I mean,
I know.
Godzilla X Mechagodzilla celebrates 20 this year. So between those four films, which one is your favorite, or which of those films are you looking to see more come from that film, as far as like collectibles, you know, just awareness or attention? Which film is your favorite from that list? Donald, go.
Ooh, I would have to say Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, because I like I said, that was.
Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate that. Thank you for doing that.
No, you're welcome. I told you we were boys. You ain't believe it.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, Mechagodzilla has a special place in my heart because, like I said, when I was little, that was the first movie I saw, and I just love Mechagodzilla. So I would have to go with Godzilla X Mechagodzilla. What about you, Kim?
Well, I guess we're bringing it back full circle because I mentioned King Kong versus Godzilla is the first Godzilla movie that I ever saw. So I'm looking forward to that anniversary, and yeah. I think that film needs more love.
I guess I'm looking forward to the anniversary for Godzilla versus Gigan. You know, I'd love to see a Godzilla tower somewhere, collectible, make it an appearance.
Oh Lord, have mercy! Yes,
yes, Lord, yes.
I'll take a cockroach too, but give me the tower.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Godzilla vs. Gigan anniversary as well. So, yeah, whatever they have in store, I'm looking forward to it. Adrian, or
well, I'm more in the shirt. Godzilla vs. Gigan is in my top 10 of films, so I'm definitely looking forward to that anniversary. And not to talk mess about the set that's coming out for the 25 centimeter X Plus Godzilla and Gigan. But get that out of here. I want 72 Godzilla. So I'm waiting for that anniversary. And there's actually a show tonight about Gigan. So make sure y'all check that out.
I'll be there, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, for me, it's Gigan. Because Gigan, despite its flaws, the stock footage, the monsters talking, and all that good stuff, it is my second most favorite Godzilla film of all time. And I love that film. So I can't wait to talk about it on our next episode of Collect All Monsters. Again, James, when we get together for our Gigan discussion, we'll talk about it there. And also to give love to King Kong versus Godzilla, like Kim said, I can't wait to talk more about that film this year as well. So there's a lot of stuff to look forward to between Collect All Monsters, Godzilla Nerds 1954, Diego Doom, Godzilla Train 1090, Monsters with Attitude, and Kaiju Kim. MyKaiju.com. We will definitely keep you entertained for the foreseeable future because that's what we do. That's exactly what we do. All right. Now, before we get up out of here, again, thank y'all so much for being here. What do you have coming up on your respective channels that you want to plug? Plug.
Oh man. Well, what I have coming up on my respectful my channel this week, we'll be doing a 80s and 90s theme, right? So we're going to be discussing TV shows, whether it's sitcoms, cartoons, video games, just anything 80s, 90s theme. So that's what we're going to be doing. And if you're those who are in the chat, anybody who's looking for the Godzilla Nerds, you can always go to YouTube and find us at Godzilla Nerds 1954. I got terrible anxiety, so I cannot operate Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook all in once. It just doesn't work. But that's where you guys can find me. And Leslie, it was nice meeting you, brother. I had a great time. James being cool as he want to be, cooler than a ceiling fan. I enjoyed you, brother. And John, you like a Godzilla elder. So if I got any questions, I'm coming to you, my man. So and Kaiju Kim, is always good seeing you. You keep doing what you're doing because it's very rare that women are doing what you're doing in the Godzilla community, especially as an African American woman. And Godzilla Train, you know, you keep doing your thing too, brother. I keep encouraging you the best way I can. And that's all I have to say. Kim, what about you?
How's you doing?
All right, so tomorrow night on my show, Chill with Kaiju Kim, it's happening 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm having a special independent special effects artist, Kaiju Legends. Some of you might have heard of him. He's going to be my guest for tomorrow night. Yeah, tune in every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for just discussions with other kaiju fans about pretty much anything, as long as it's family friendly and doesn't spark a heated debate. We'll talk about anything. I am on Twitter at Kaiju Kim, where I post updates about my channel and random thoughts I have throughout the day. I also have a Patreon, so if you want to support my channel for as little as $1 a month, you can go to patreon.com/Kaiju Kim. You can get access to bonus content like behind the scenes vlogs, bloopers, and exclusive content and stuff like that. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, that's me.
Awesome.
The end.
I don't get to talk about mykaiju.com that much, but I started a daily Godzilla translation. It might be a little excerpt from a magazine or from a book, but every day, 7 o'clock for the last 2 months. And I'm going to try to be committed every day for the rest of the year. You might learn something new. So you can check that out. I have a couple articles, one on Godzilla and human sacrifice. And so always try to post something interesting read. Going some deep cuts on on Godzilla, and always, God willing, some new toy photography. It's been a blast to be with you all. We don't get to connect or see each other that much in the way I would like to. So it's really been an honor to be with you all today. James.
All right, I got coming up SH Monster Arts King Ghidorah special color version. Wings, you don't need tape to keep the wings on. The legs stay on, the tails don't pop off, the head stay intact. So I hate to admit it, but they definitely sold us a prototype with the first release. You know, this nice skull, the other one seemed unfinished. So I'm working on this right now, and I hope to have it done fairly soon. It's not easy positioning, maneuvering this thing for shots and stuff like that. But also too, it doesn't even need its supports to stand on its own, which is pretty crazy. So I don't know what they do with that, but yeah, youtube.com/Diego Doom. That'll be up soon. We'll try to have this up. I'll try to get it done before Wednesday, maybe. Let's keep a lookout for that. Adrian?
Do your catchphrase. Do your catchphrase, man.
Oh, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
my man.
It'd be absolutely fantastic if you stop showing that, because I'm told you I'm broke.
Yeah, some of us got to pay rent. What are you doing?
No, I'm just messing with you, James. It's cool, man.
Go for it, Adrian.
Okay, so I know I've been slacking on my channel, but hopefully within the next day or two, I can post my 80s Monster Arts 1989 Godzilla video. I'll post that up pretty soon. Tonight, I believe Eric, Samson, and Cody are going to be on Monsters of Attitude streaming the Geigen event that Toho is doing. And I believe at 10 o'clock my time, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely be on the lookout for that tonight. And we haven't scheduled it yet, but we definitely want to get a Geigen show going too. So we'll definitely let y'all know more about that. You can find me on Instagram on Godzilla Tree 1090 for my toy photography, and you can follow. Y'all can join Facebook and follow us in Kaiju Collectors. Let's talk all things Kaiju.
Awesome.
And for me, again, our next episode of Collect All Monsters is March 12th. Again, that's Geigen's birthday, so expect a Geigen heavy episode because again, our fearless leader Kyle Young, he absolutely loves Geigen. He loves Geigen to death. So we're going to show the buzzsaw having claw space monster some love on that show. So I'm looking forward to that. On my channel on Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews, definitely I'm doing a Hanna-Barbera review. And after that, I'm probably going to do this guy next. And again, I'm doing a face-up between this and the 64 on Collect All Monsters as a side project. So that's all I have on my channel. But let me just make an announcement. I don't want to end this on a sour note, but I need to be honest here. And I'll talk it over with my wife. But I've been doing Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews for it'll be 10 years come next year.
Congratulations.
I started way back. Thank you very much. I started way back in 2013. So 2023 will be the not last year, but it'll be the 10th year. And I just recently surpassed 3,000 subscribers, which I know probably is minuscule. I know Diego, he has like 85 million subscribers and stuff like that.
I have 639.
And you know what? Y'all deserve every subscriber that you have. And I know y'all will have more. And I just, like I said, I just recently surpassed 3,000, which is mind blowing to me because when I came into this YouTube thing, I wasn't trying to be the biggest or the best. I was trying to contribute, which I have done. And I think every single one of you that has collaborated with me that has helped me get to 3,000. But come next year, come 2023, come December of 2023, I'm not going to shut the channel down on Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews, but I will stop doing regular reviews. I have made a decision because my wife and I, we want to do more things, and I want to just focus more so of my energy of making videos for Collect All Monsters and building that up. And I just felt like it was appropriate just to make the announcement here. Because again, y'all are my friends, and y'all in some way, shape, or form have collaborated with me and have led to me getting 3,000 subscribers. And again, 10 years is a long time. And I've made so much content, and I've had people come up to me and tell me that they enjoy the videos. They enjoy me providing a contribution. But again, I feel like I've done all that I have able to do. And now we have new up and coming content creators like Kim, like Donald, his crew on Godzilla Nerve 1954, like Monsters with Attitude, Diego Doom going strong, you got Eric Stope out there, you got all these wonderful people that's providing content for the stuff that we love, So I'm going to just step back. And again, I'm going to just do more so Collect All Monsters type of stuff come next year. Now, again, it's not happening until December when I'm going to stop doing regular reviews on a regular basis. I may come back every now and then and do a discussion, something like this or wherever if the need arises. But I'm going to step aside and just let folks, passionate folks come in and do their thing, and because they deserve it. They deserve it. And if there's anything now, that doesn't mean I'm not open to like collaborating or being a guest or offer my insights on your respective shows or whatever. But I feel I've done all I can do. So if you have supported Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews, whatever shape or form, by collaborating with me, by watching my videos, subscribing, liking the videos or whatever, I really appreciate that. You have. Sorry.
That's all right.
Are you good, Leslie?
Sorry. But
on time.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a while, and and I have fun, and I'm going to continue to have fun. But again, I just like I said, I want to concentrate on Collect All Monsters, and I hate to And I you know, cause I don't want, cause I'm married. I have a wife, and we're kind of like empty nesters now, and I want to do more things for her. And I don't want to sacrifice quality time with her to do Godzilla stuff, because I'm a truck driver and I'm gone basically like 14 hours every day during the week. So I want to spend more time with her. I'm always going to be a fan. I will always be a part of this community, but the time has come for me to just step aside and just, you know, like I said, Kim, Donald, Diego Doom, Kaiju Ramen, he's out there, you know, Michael Hamilton, you know, all these wonderful people that's coming in and giving us great content, not because they want to be the biggest or the best, because they love this stuff. And there's nothing wrong with loving this stuff. So I want to thank y'all for giving me an opportunity to be here for you, saying yes, 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 14 million times and blah, blah, blah. But again, I got so much stuff to review, so much stuff to talk about between now and next December. So we're gonna ride this train until the wheels fall off. But again, you'll still see me on Collect All Monsters, and you still see me like on wherever I may pop up to help somebody else doing, because that's where I am right now mentally. I want to help. I want to help more people. I want to help people. So anything that I can do to help, I will always be here, despite my crew nature, whatever. So sorry it took me so long to get that out, but again, I need to let y'all know, because y'all have been instrumental in Leslie Chambers Kaiju reviews being where it is, and I've had fun. But now it's time for the up and coming folks to have their time to shine, and give them a sub. Give Kaiju Kim a sub. Give Godzilla Nerds 1954 a sub. Monster with Attitude, Eric Stolt, Diego Doom. Go to mykaijus.com. Give him some support, because in my opinion, they all deserve it. I highly recommend these people. They are awesome people. They're amazing people, and they are a shining example that this community, the Godzilla community, is the best community in the world, and you can't find any better people than these guys right here. So I give you a huge round of applause to all of you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And as you heard, we got lots of stuff coming, real soon between all our respective platforms. And we will definitely see y'all again, So once again, thank you to Donald. Thank you to Kim. Thank you to John. Thank you to James. And thank you to Adrian. And if you have not seen the last of these awesome people on Collect All Monsters, well, at least the last of us getting together to talk about why we love the stuff that we love. All right. And so I'm going to try and do what Kyle does at the end of every episode of Collect All Monsters. So excuse me. I know, because the last time I tried this on my channel, on here, I wasn't successful. I should have known it, but I'm prepared. I'm trying to do his voice. He has that deep voice, right? That deep, joyous voice. Okay. Our planet may be doomed. Our Earth devastated. The monsters are in revolt, and civilization is in chaos. We must unite and collect all monsters. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate it.